These men are climbing slippery limestone cliffs, risking falls of up to 100 feet.
Wala talagang buhay na, na matitira sa pagbagsak, puro bato.
They're looking for a rare nest made of bird saliva that's found inside caves across Southeast Asia. In the Philippines, the harvesters are known as bushadors.
Ako si Alvin Villarindo, isa akong busyador ng Pangalan at Nabat Island.
For centuries, Alvin Villarendo's family have put their lives on the line to gather swiftlet nests. Just 2 pounds is worth $2,900, and it's used to make a soup that locals believe is good for your health. Demand is so high that swiftlet farms are popping up all over Southeast Asia. But bushadors continue to gather nests in the wild, even with the danger involved.
Kunting pagkakamali mo lang, wala na, diretso na talaga, laglag ka na talaga.
We followed Alvin on his hunt to find out why this ancient method of harvesting is still happening and what makes this such a risky business. Alvin and his crew gather at Bangalan Point on Mighty Gate Island. His group consists of relatives, cousins, brothers, uncles, and nephews. They packed the boat with essential tools.
Lubid, flashlight, buho na gagamitin na panungkit.
And they're heading to Nabat Island. It's one of the 7,000 islands that make up the Philippines, and it can only be reached by boat. They get off the boat and walk barefoot across the slippery and sharp rocks. They make the ladder as they're climbing up. They tighten the bamboo with rope. Then they attach a piece of wood called kalitang to the ladder.
Yung pinakamahirap gawin talaga dyan, yung pag-akyat. Siyempre, hindi mo pa alam kung maganda yung pagkasabit ng kalitang. Kumbaga, sinabit. Tapos, hindi sure kung anong pagkalagay nun doon. Kaya medyo sa pag-akyat mo, medyo alanganin ka pa, baka biglang matanggal.
The stakes are high.
Tingin namin sa mga tao sa baba na mga kasama namin, parang mga bata na lang. Tinitignan ko yung sabi ko, kunting pagkakamali lang talaga. Pag nalaglag, puro bato yung mababagsakan mo. Pag hindi na sa kondisyon yung katawan, wag natin piliting umakyat kasi siyempre buhay natin yung nakataya dyan.
But advanced bushadors like him sometimes use little to no support, only their hands and feet. This is the most dangerous way to climb. In the regional language, it's known as kagang kagang lang, or like a crab.
Kasi may mga bato na pag hinawakan mo, bigla na lang bumabagsak.
Alvin has had some close calls, and he dislocated his shoulder once.
Pag-akyat ko sa butas, medyo maliit yung butas. Noon, daan-daan akong bumaba sa kawayan, isang kamay na lang hinawak ko sa kawayan. Yun na, uminto na talaga ako sa pag-akyat sa mga matataas.
Nabat Island is completely remote. If there's an emergency, there's no way to quickly get help.
Dami na rin na-disgrasya na sa pag-akyat. Bayaw ko na isa na nalaglag, patay din.
The bushadors only harvest during the day when the birds are out finding food. Sometimes the caves are lower and easier to reach, but the waves crashing against the cliffs present a threat. The entrances are small, but the caves are usually spacious. They use flashlights to light the path. After spotting the nests, Alvin uses a spray bottle filled with water to loosen them. They are then gently peeled away from the cave walls.
Yung ibon nun, pag 8 piraso yung pugad, ibig sabihin yung ibon niya ay 16. Kasi partner lagi yan, isang pugad daw ang ibon kagad yan. Mag-partner kagad yan yung isang pugad. Siguro naman mayroon katulad din ng tao pag may forever.
The birds like the caves because
Ano ng ibang hayop kasi nasa loob ng kuweba, wala na rin ibang hayop na pwedeng makakapasok doon eh.
Alvin and his group are also careful not to pick any nests with eggs. He knows that if the bird survives, so will his livelihood.
Yun ang pinagkakakita ng isang busyador balin sa sayaw.
Sometimes the nests are hard to reach.
Pwede mo siyang magamit yung tinidor kasi itali mo siya sa dulo ng buho. Yun ang gagamitin mong panungkit ng pugad.
The bird makes a new nest in 15 days when the old one's gone. But sometimes all that hard work the bushadors put in is for nothing if the haul is no good.
Nakakapanghina ng katawan na maliliit pa.
Alvin and his relatives are the only people who harvest on Nabat Island. That's because his ancestors discovered the caves hundreds of years ago.
Pamilya na namin yung nangunguha dito hanggang sa ngayon. Nandito pa rin kami. Siguro may mga susunod naman sa amin. Pagtapos na kami, hindi na kayang umakyat. May susunod na naman ang mga bata na yung mga walang planong mag-aral.
Alvin himself was only 9 years old when he went to the caves for the first time with his father, who was also a bushador. They spend the night on the island, but even then they're on high alert.
May mga sindikato, may mga baril, baka baril kami.
Swiftlet nests are only harvested from December to April, and Alvin can find as many as 2,500 in those 5 months. After harvesting, the bushadors clean them to remove any feathers or branches. Then they divide them by their hardness and color. Class A nests are the most profitable. They're typically white, dry, and made of pure saliva. Class B nests are not as white and may have some debris mixed in. And Class C nests are soft and yellow. Just 2 pounds of the best kind are worth about $2,900.
May madala lang na para may kukuha sila na.
The local city hall buys the nests from the bushadors at a regulated price and sells them to private customers around the world. The bushadors split the profits. Alvin makes about $600 once the season is complete. It isn't a lot of money, but he says it's enough. The nests are made from the hardened saliva of the swiftlet bird.
Kahit makakain lang ng sariwa, pwede naman kainin yan ng sariwa. Doon, halimbawa, abang nilinis mo, pwede mo siyang kainin na.
They are the main ingredient in bird's nest soup, a delicacy in China and around the world. A bowl can cost as much as $100.
Sa tingin ko, yung kumakain lang ng soup ng balin sa sayaw, yung mga mayayaman lang talaga. Yung mga katulad natin, medyo parang wala na lang.
But today, Alvin gave in and tried some.
Yung lumi.
In recent years, demand for the nests and bird's nest soup has gone up. The industry is worth $5 billion. And many Southeast Asian countries have turned to swiftlet farming. They've set up structures that mimic the bird's natural habitat. Dark, abandoned buildings that feel like caves. And they use fake bird calls to attract the swiftlets. Bushadors say they've noticed a difference in the number of swiftlet nests left in the wild. But they're not sure if it's because of farming or other environmental factors.
Nagbago na ngayon talaga yung maraming kuweba pa wala nang laman ngayon.
The farms do pose a challenge to the bushadors' livelihood. But Alvin says cave nests are higher quality than farmed ones. Locals believe they have medicinal properties.
Maraming iba nagsasabi na nakakatulong nga daw, nakakagamot ng mga karamdaman, ganoon po.
And there's some science that backs it up. A 2015 study shows the nests are loaded with nutrients that can boost a child's immunity. And they're rich in proteins, amino acids, and vitamins that strengthen organs. Alvin is finally home after 2 days of hunting for nests. The season is almost over.
Kailangan ko ng pagiging isang busyador. Yun na lang kasi hindi naman ako nakapag-aral, hindi ako nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral. Tapos unang-una ayaw ko rin magtrabaho ng malayo sa pamilya ko kasi mas kumikita na rin ako dito sa pagiging busyador.
Nagdala lang kayo ng
Rere ang salita niya.
For the rest of the year, he earns a living by fishing. His wife Marby is relieved.
Tapos ginagawa kong busy lahat ng trabaho sa bahay, binibisi ko na lang yung sarili ko para ma-divert sa iba yung isip ko kaysa mag-alala, 'di ba? Kasi nga hindi mo naman mapigilan, yun na talagang kinalakhan nilang hanap buhay.
For Alvin, climbing the same caves his ancestors did is a great honor. Now he takes pride in carrying on the tradition.
May isang negosyante talaga na gustong kunin ito yung isla. Gagawin niya ang resort na ipinaglaban ko talaga na na hindi niya pwedeng kunin kasi yun nga sa amin ito eh. Galing pa sa mga ninuno namin.